Canadá, com 4, Wilson com 5, Elton com 6, Trevor com 7, Brennan com 8, Bernard com 9, Wilson com 10, Cacique com 11, Brandon com 12, Paulo com 13, Guilherme com 14, Simon com 15, Ibrahim e o coach Vamos, nesse momento, para a apresentação da equipe de arbitragem. Árbitro principal, Cat. Segundo árbitro, Gustavo. Seguido por Chuvei e o comissário Taishi. Neste momento, todos presentes em posição de respeito para a execução do hino nacional de Israel. Vamos agora para a execução do hino nacional do Canadá.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Paralympico Sports Hall here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And it is the penultimate day of action here at the 8th annual Under-23 IWBF World Championships. And this is the crossover game for 9th and 10th. First up here on court number 1 as Canada take on Israel. Canada defeating Thailand yesterday and Israel beating South Africa. Israel getting their first win of the competition and Canada securing their second win yesterday. There are our 3 officials for this contest. Right there in your picture, Kathy Hay of Australia, and she will be joined by Hirshu Fei of Taipei and Gustavo Matias of Brazil. So starting 5s for this contest. For Israel, Noam Ben-Hamo will make his first start of these World Championships. Hamza Kasim, Natan Boshna, Eli Yari, and Ran Barbi. For Canada, it'll be Ty Milton, Bernard Rosello, Nassif Chowdhury, Brandon Louis, and Ibrahim Odza. Warm welcome to everyone joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel. Crossover game to determine 9th and 10th spot is underway, and Canada get the first possession of the contest. And here is Ibrahim Odza on the ball, and Nassif Chowdhury, less than 10 seconds in, gets the first score of the contest for Canada. And a 5-second violation for Israel, and Canada will get the next possession as well. Here is Chowdhury. Lobs it wide to Odza. Odza puts up a mid-range and buries the 2. And Canada have made their first 2 field goals to start this crossover game for 9th and 10th here on the penultimate day of the IWBF Under-23 World Championships semi-final day here today. All games on court number 1. As Israel will turn the ball over again and Canada will get the ball back. Happening on court number 2 right now. South Africa playing Thailand for 11th and 12th. South Africa were up by double digits earlier on. Here is Louis. Odza has the ball. Lobs it wide and welcomed in by Chowdhury. Chowdhury will pass it back to Odza. And Odza puts up another shot, knocks it down. 4 quick points for Ibrahim Odza. 2 of 2 from the field, also has an assist to his name as well. And Canada out to a 6-0 start. And Israel, nearly 2 minutes played, yet to get a field goal attempt to get their game off and running. Boshna. Ben-Hamo can't hang on to it. And Ty Milton with the steal. And here come Canada again. Great play there from Odza, gliding his way to the basket. Can't get it to fall. And the ball is loose. And we will have a possession arrow. And that will go the way of Israel. Welcome one and all to the IWBF YouTube channel. Great to have you all on board here on court number 1. And right now another steal from Canada, and Ibrahim Odza sets himself, misses the 2. Nassif Chowdhury off balance, gets it to go. Great adjustment there from Nassif Chowdhury. You see the replay here. Over Hamza Kasim, and Natan Boshna gets the 2 to fall, and it's 8-0 in favour of Canada, who beat Thailand yesterday to qualify for this 9th and 10th spot. Boshna, 7 to shoot for Israel. Barbi, Hamza Kasim has the ball, and Hamza Kasim can't get it to fall. Yari with the offensive board, and a travelling violation on Eli Yari. Now Canada, with less than 3 minutes played here in the first period, looking to get their first double-digit lead of the contest. Here is Odza, left wide open for two, and he'll string a two. And Ibrahim Odza is having some shooting practice early doors. He has 6 of Canada's 10. 10-0 run here to start from Canada, and they get another steal as well, their third steal of the contest. Odza again swings it to Louis. Louis gets a mid-range off and running, and he puts it in. And right now, this is shooting practice for Canada. Israel giving their opponents so much respect from the mid-range, and it's costing them dearly here as Natan Boschner gives it up to Barby. Barby now looking to drive to the hoop, and the pass intended for Natan Boschner found no one but Brandon Louis, and here come Canada again. Rosello, great pass to Odza, and Odza does the rest. And right now, Canada mean business. And Yanir Oj's called a timeout for Israel. 14-0 with 6:14 to go here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. See the Canadians there, all business in this crossover 9th to 10th position game. They lead 14-0 over Israel here on what is a national holiday here in Brazil. It's Corpus Christi in this country. So for the penultimate day of these World Championships, what's happening outside a little quieter than usual. No doubt the action will heat up as the day goes on. In fact, it's already heating up here as Canada are on fire from the field. They lead 14-0, and they are shooting a near perfect 7 of 9 from the field. Israel, in contrast, have only got 1 field goal off in these first 4 minutes, and looking to get off the mark here, but another turnover as Ibrahim Odza collects the pass, and it's 2-on-1. Here is Louis. Louis goes for the layup. Louis gets it to fall. And there'll be another turnover here as Jeff Award into the game will roll that ball out of bounds. Jeff Award, actually born in Colombia, was raised in the United States. His family moved to Korea when he was 6, but there was no wheelchair basketball facility, so he actually self-taught himself to play the sport, then moved to Canada in the Vancouver area and has flourished ever since. Chowdhury. Here is Louis, swings it to Odza, and Odza is on fire right now from mid-range. Ibrahim Odza just simply cannot miss from the mid-range right now. 5 of 7 from the floor. All 5 of his field goals, or 4 of his 5 field goals have come from the mid-range. As the shot clock goes to single figures for Hamza Kasim. Hamza Kasim looking, shot clock is at 1. They've got to put something up here, Israel. And Hamza Kasim's long 2 is no good. And over 5 minutes without a score right now for Israel. And they've managed to put up 2 field goal attempts. As Tal Dagan comes in, usually starts for Israel, but in place for him today was Noam Ben-Hamo, but Tagan will come in for the first time, and Lior Yevnitsky checks in as well for Israel, and Hamza Kasim heads to the bench. Yevnitsky second in points for Israel, just under 6 a game, averaging 2 assists as well. Chowdhury goes to the window and puts it in. Right now, Canada just from that part of the court, that part of the perimeter, just having fun right now. And another violation, or in fact a foul is called on Jeff Ward. That's his first foul of the day. Israel, though, need to get the field goal off. Here is Yevnitsky. He misses the 2. Broden Nagel into the game for Canada. Here is Louis. 6 minutes played here in the first period. Here is Louis, dumps it off. Chowdhury can't hang on. And a whistle has gone. And the foul has been called against Israel. It's on Natan Boschner. And that is Natan Boschner's first foul. Louis in space. Canada in rhythm, and a rattle in there from Brandon Louis. Of Canada's 22 points have come from the mid-range so far in this contest, as Ben Hummel's shot goes out of bounds. And Cameron Jelowitz will come into the game for the first time for Canada, and taking a breather will be Nassif Chowdhury. Louis. Odza goes to the other side this time. Ibrahim Odza thought about the shot, goes past Boschner, and he just can't miss right now. Ibrahim Odza with 12 of Canada's 24. Averaging a shade under 18 points a game going into this contest. And Ibrahim Odza, the teenager, having fun here against Israel. A steal. Jeff Ward looks to keep it in play, goes right into the scorer's table. That'll wake the scorer's table up. And a timeout called by Canada as Darrell Nadell calls time with 2:57 remaining. 24-0 in favor of Canada right now in this crossover game for 9th and 10th. A warm welcome to everyone joining us on the penultimate day of action here at the IWBF Under-23 World Championships. You are locked into court number 1. And it's been an exciting week of action. It really has been thrilling. The action non-stop as we get set for the last 4 starting this afternoon. Right now the crossover games for 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th going on right now. Of course, later on in the crossover for 5 and 8th, Italy will take on Japan. They'll tip off at 3 o'clock, and then the first semi-final here on this court, court number 2 at 3:30, Germany, Australia. And then the second of the crossover games taking place between the USA and Brazil. That'll be at 5:15, and then at 5:45 it'll be Great Britain and Turkey in the second semi-final, as Broden Nagel puts in a 2 from the baseline. All those times I've just mentioned, all local time. Of course, check your listings where you are to see what time your game is taking place and who you're supporting. Boschner. 2:18 to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 4. Yevnitsky at the top. Yevnitsky rattles in a 3. And Israel off and running. As the shot clock wound down, Lior Yevnitsky pacing himself, the veteran of this Israel team. And he puts in a 3 and a good score for Israel. A much needed basket. Nagel down the other end. And Yevnitsky rebounds. Tal Dagan on the ball. Nearly a backcourt violation there from Natan Boschner, but Israel still have it. And Ben Hamo is in all kinds of space. And Noam Ben Hamo puts it in. A cheer from the crowd for Noam Ben Hamo, his first field goal of this contest. And the miss there. And away come Israel again. That basket from Noam Ben Hamo on the ball right now. Only his second field goal of these World Championships. He wants another one, but a foul is called beforehand. He puts it in anyway. That won't count. And a foul has been called on Jeff Ward of Canada. That'll be his second foul. Ben Hamo. Final minutes here in the first period. Barnaby on the ball. Shot clock at 5. Barnaby in no man's land right now, as is Yevnitsky. Lines up another one, and that's off. And Ben Hamo will collect the offensive board. Good spell this from Israel. Dagan. Boschner putting the moves on Ward. Shot clock at 4. And Boschner, that rattles in and out. And away comes Broden Nagel for Canada. And a foul on the floor as Tal Dagan collides with Nagel for the foul. First foul on Tal Dagan, who, as said, has started all of Israel's games, but starting on the bench today in place of Noam Ben Hamo. As we enter the final seconds of the first period, here is Ibrahim Odza, who is just money from that range. And that'll do it for the first period of play. Canada firmly in control. They are up 28-5 over Israel right now. And Ibrahim Odza has 14 points, on 7 of 9 shooting. Canada shooting nearly 80% from the floor in this first quarter. They have only missed 4 shots in the first 10. Lior Yevnitsky leading the way with 3 points for Israel. That 3 at the top, but Israel with only 2 field goals. They're shooting 2 of 9 from the field right now. There is the beautiful backdrop here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the Paralympico Sports Complex, or the Paralympic Training Center, part of the Rio 2016 Paralympic Legacy Project, home to so many great sports here in this wonderful vicinity. Quick shout out to our sponsors as well for these IWBF Under-23 World Championships, our official basketball Molten wheelchair supplier RGK, doing a fantastic job keeping these players in check and making sure everything is in tip-top working order. And big shout out to Tissot as well, and our local organizing committee, the CBBC Brazil. And there is Kathy Hay just having a bit of a laugh, not used to having the camera in her face, I guess. Her first World Championship here as an IWBF official, doing a fantastic job. The young lady from Australia, alongside Hugh Shufei of Taipei and Gustavo Matias, our local referee here in Brazil. And we get set to start the second period. Here is Canada on the ball. Chowdhury back into the game. Dylan Cannon on the ball and into the game for the first time for the Canadians. And he'll put up a shot straight away, and the rebound is taken by Eli Yari. Rand Barbie on the ball, looking to push. Tal Degan, acres of space. Good shooter from the foul line, but short with that. Really intelligent player, Tal Degan. Pulls the strings for this Israel team. He's got to defend, though, as Ibrahim Odza drives to the hoop. And he tracks back quite well there, did Tagan. And here is Hamza Kasim back into the ball game. Great pass from Hamza Kasim. And a beautiful finish inside from Eli Yari. That was pretty. Israel get their first field goal up and running of the second half after going 8 minutes without registering a field goal in the first. Nagel, what a bounce pass to Odza. What a pass from Broden Nagel. How on earth he found Odza, I will not know. Degan. Yari. Yari puts up a mid-range. That's short and collected by Nagel. And here goes Broden Nagel again. Odza. Passes it to Nagel. Tough spot, still gets it to fall. And Canada are deadly right now from the field. Barbie. Over 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Tal Degan will collect. 8 to shoot. Degan, great give and go with Barbie, and Barbie puts a bit of English with the layup, doesn't get it to fall, but a whistle has gone, and Ren Barbie will go to the stripe. Ren Barbie, who has started all 7 of Israel's games here in these Under-23 World Championships, averaging 5 points, 6 rebounds a game, around about 31 minutes a contest. And alongside Eli Yari, Ran Barbie takes more field goal attempts than any other player on this Israel team, so a big offensive threat he is. Here is Ibrahim Odza. Odza now was thinking about the runner, but decides to track back. Dumps it off instead to Nassif Chowdhury under the hoop. (34-7). And Canada firmly in control, but Israel have been threatening in the latter stages of the first period and the beginning stages here of the second. Boschner on the catch and shoot. That's flat, and it's rebounded by Nagel. Nagel with rebound number 4 to go with his 4 points, and he'll get an assist as well, as Ibrahim Odza now on 18. He has 5 assists as well, does Ibrahim Odza, the 15-year-old. Having himself a ball game right now. Degan calling for it, now gets it. Eli Yari on the ball, over Chowdhury, and that's long. And welcomed into the arms by Broden Nagel, who pushes. Simon Mazikeep and Jeff Award will check in momentarily. Nagel still has it. Nassif Chowdhury on the ball, 7 to shoot for Canada. And Nagel strings a 2 from 9 feet. And Jeff Award and Simon Mazikeep will check in. Timeout has been called on the floor. 6:04 remaining here in this second period. And Canada shooting around 76% from the field right now. Israel with just 3 field goals to their name. Yevnitsky has 3 points. Great to have you all on board on the IWBF YouTube channel for the penultimate day of what has been an incredible Under-23 World Championships. Of course, it's semi-final day as Australia take on Germany and Great Britain will take on Turkey. There are the Israel fans. They've been in great voice throughout their time here in Brazil and have certainly enjoyed the occasion. It was a great sight to see them. There's the youngsters. There's been a lot of young Israel fans here in Sao Paulo. A bit nervous though in front of the camera. A great moment in a few of the group games when the larger contingent of Israel fans that were here took plenty of selfies with their Israel players and had a huge group photo. Been a great experience for these young men. Here is Barbie on the ball. He'll put up the shot, and that's off to the left, and it's rebounded by Chowdhury. Chowdhury now is fouled by Tal Dagan, who stopped Chowdhury exploding to the basket. .45 remaining in the second period. Here is Chowdhury. Cannon. Dylan Cannon swings it. Here is Ward, and Ward is long with the 2, and it's collected by Yali. As we get near to the halfway point here in the first half of action, Tal Dagan pulling the moves on Chowdhury, gets past him. Wilton for company, dumps it off to Barbie, and a foul is called on the floor. And the foul is on Chowdhury, and straight away accepts his fate and thanks the official for not calling a shooting foul as well. Only the second team foul for Canada in this second period. Here is Boschner. Boschner lines one up, doesn't get that to fall. Jeff Award collects, and now Jeff Award looking to push, but he's the only one up the court for Canada, and an easy turnover for Barbie. Barbie now exploding to the cup, and he'll stop, fade away, put it up, and put it in. And Barbie puts in a 2. And the Israel fans making some noise here in Sao Paulo. Chowdhury on the ball. Inside it goes to Wilton, and a foul is called. And it's an offensive foul against the Canada number 9, Matthew Wilton. Hooked on this sport when he first met 3-time Paralympian and Paralympic gold medalist Joey Johnson, who's actually been mentoring Wilton since around 2016. Matthew Wilton, a great young prospect for this Canada national side. Here it is Boschner. Boschner puts it in. That looked good from the moment it left his hands. (38-11), 4:20 remaining in the half. Chowdhury. Ward will put one up, and that glances at the rim and comes back to Israel. Boschner, 6 minutes played. Dagan lets rip and can't get it to fall. Ty Milton will check in a bit for Canada. Here is Ward. Mazzy Keep. Mazzy Keep composes himself, and he puts one in. Simon Mazzy keep from the baseline. And Canada up 40-11. Here is Barbie. And Barbie banks one home. Chowdhury. Here is Ward. Ward now from the baseline. He doesn't get it to fall either. Of course, Israel looking for revenge on Canada in these World Championships. Canada securing their only win so far of this tournament against, well, their second, one of the two wins in this tournament against Israel, but Israel now giving them a contest. Yari with the two, timeout called by Canada. And a good spell this from Israel with 2:46 to play here in the second quarter. You see the Israel players there just getting some instruction from Coach Yanir Oz, as is Coach Nodell of Canada. Of course, last time these two teams met here in the group phase, Canada raced out to a 96-37 win. Ibrahim Odza exploded for 26 in that contest. And so far he has 18 points in this contest, outscoring Israel 18-15, but Israel have had a great spell, great spurt of action here, particularly in the midway point of the second. Milton has the ball into the game. Here is Chowdhury. Chowdhury and his pass is loose, collected by Mazzy Keep. Mazzy Keep to Chowdhury. No, it's intercepted by Boschner. Here is Hamza Kasim as we enter the final 2 minutes of the half. Yari, he'll go up, and that won't fall. Yari only, well, he had 13 points when these two teams met in the group phase. Here is Mazzy Keep. Mazzy Keep, great pass intended for Milton, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a Canada ball. It'll be an Israel ball, excuse me. Barbie. Barbie looking for help, finds it in Tal Degun. Yari has it, heavily marked by Cannon. Great pass to find Boschner, fading away, and Natan Boschner heads to the line with 1:34 remaining here in the half. Boschner hits the first. Natan Boschner struggled against Canada last time out, as he makes them both. Here is Chowdhury. As we enter the final minutes of the half, Tal Degun with the rebound off the miss from Chowdhury. And Canada with 14 fouls here in this second quarter. Degun, final minute, Boschner lines one up. can't get the drop, and a whistle has gone, and Iran Barbie will get back up. Offensive foul is the call, and Canada with 55.3 to play in the half will get the ball. Israel there briefly were looking to press, but will now step back, and Canada will get their possession off and running. Here is Cannon, or Jelowicz, excuse me. Jelowicz, here is Chowdhury. Chowdhury for two, and that's no good. And it's taken by Iran Barbie. Here it is Boschner. Boschner with 26 seconds on the clock. Hamza Kasim doesn't get that to fall, and it's rebounded. It's a scrap, and Chowdhury and Barbie going for it. The possession arrow goes the way of Israel with 18.7 on the clock here in the second, 14 on the shot clock. Israel held the gun in space. Boschner cutting to the hoop. Great patient build-up play from Israel, and two shots for Iran Barbie with 7.6 to play in the half. Canada will take the lead going into half-time, but no doubt about it, this has been a good second quarter for Israel. It's currently tied up at 12, and a chance for Israel to have some hope taking a quarter lead going into the half, but they do trail big right now following a 28-5 first period. And the score there for Barbie, and Israel with a 13-12 second quarter scoreline as we enter the final seconds of the second period. Wilton on the ball. Here is Chowdhury. And the shot just about falls out from Cannon, and that'll do it for half-time. Canada leading 40-18 over Israel. Ibrahim Odza has 18 points, leading the way. Three players on 4 points for Israel. Natan Boschner, Eli Yari, and Iran Barbie all have 4. Elor Yevnitsky has 3. It's 40-18 here at halftime, and we'll be back in around 11 minutes' time. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Paralimpico Sports Complex here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where we are just under 2 minutes away from the third quarter in our 9th-10th crossover game between Canada and Israel. Canada currently 40-18 to the good here on court number one, and a congratulations go out to South Africa, who have scooped 11th spot here in the World Championships. Our first official positions confirmed now in these under-23 World Championships. South Africa with a 49-44 victory over Thailand. They have scooped their second win of these World Championships and have finished in 11th place. Thailand without a win here in their Brazilian Odyssey. They will finish 12th, but have performed incredibly well despite the defeats. Will be richer for the experience, no doubt about it, and certainly will improve as their careers progress in the wheelchair basketball world. And as we get set to start the third period here, Canada 40-18 ahead. Ibrahim Odza right now leading the way for Canada with 18 points. He will start the third period. Nassif Chowdhury has 8. And Israel right now a trio of players leading the way. Natan Boschner and Eli Yali has 4. Ran Barbie has 5 to lead the Israel players. as Canada look to secure 9th spot here in these World Championships, and a 3 straight away from Odza misses the mark. And here come Israel with Ran Barbie on the ball. A risky pass, but it found Natan Boschner. Boschner can't get it to fall. And into the game for the first time, Natan Baron, who can't get his shot to fall. And the ball will go out of bounds, and Canada will have it. Odza to Chowdhury. Chowdhury in rhythm, doesn't get the shot to fall though. Here is Tal Dagan on the ball, gets it over the timeline. 22-point lead here for Canada. Coming up to a minute played here in this third period. Ilor Yevnitsky on the ball. Dagan, 6 to shoot for Dagan and for Israel. Dagan at 2 is short. Here is Ibrahim Odza, and he'll slow it down. Here is Nassif Chowdhury. These two have worked so well in this contest. Chowdhury gives it up. Odza, as Boschner closes him down. 6 to shoot for Canada. And the shot is money from Brandon Louis. We'll talk about the Israel fans here in attendance. There's been quite a few Canada fans as well who have been making their voices heard here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, waving the infamous maple leaf. And they will get the steal as well. Louis has the ball. Chowdhury, and Chowdhury off balance will go to the line for 2. It's one of the big events in wheelchair basketball, the IWBF World Championships, heading to Canada in 2026 as Ottawa welcomes the world's elite. Of course, many of these Canada players will love to have the opportunity to play in those World Championships. There's a couple of them will wave goodbye to the under-23 stage and look to make it on the senior stage, no doubt. Nassif Chowdhury making the second free throw. He'll be one of those players who will want to do just that. Nassif Chowdhury, 22 years of age. There's a few players will be ending their time at under 23 level. Dagan at 2, no good. And Brendan Louis, who will be another one of those players appearing in his last under 23 World Championships, on the ball. Dumps it off, Odza, and he'll go to the line. Ibrahim Odza, the youngest member of this Canada team, but certainly the offensive juggernaut. We've seen it all through these World Championships. The average shade under 18 points a game. Leads the way in assists as well, with 6 assists a contest. Started his wheelchair basketball career with the Variety Village Rolling Rebels. It certainly has been a lot of fun to watch. Matan Baron. Here is Tal Dagan, and Yevnitsky will bring it over the timeline. Yevnitsky. Great pass inside to Barbie. Beautiful pick and roll action, and a foul is called. And 2 shots at the line for Ran Barbie. no good with the first. As we come up to 3 minutes played here in this third period. And Ibrahim Odza will collect. Ibrahim Odza had 26 points when these two teams met in the group play. And really a backcourt violation. The Israel players are making a bit of noise and making a case for themselves there, but no call given. Odza was looking to get the ball back. Canada will keep it with 6 on the shot clock. Odza, shot clock at 3. Odza, here is Chowdhury. They've got to put it up, and it's off the back iron, and Chowdhury gets his own rebound. Louis cutting to the basket, but a whistle has gone. Chowdhury, Odza, Louis, back to Chowdhury, 8 to shoot. Louis fakes, passes it, Odza, and that's no good, and it's taken by Barbie. And Barbie, with just his 3rd rebound of the game, has 5 points for Israel. Here is Tal Dagan. 9 to shoot now for Israel, and Odza nearly got the steal off Dagan. Dagan still has the ball, and a traveling violation is the call. And Israel now with their 11th turnover in this contest. And Coach Oz just having a discussion with our Brazilian referee Gustavo Mathias, and just a quick break in play. And Canada will get the ball and they'll restart. Louis just given all the time in the world. Bernard Rosello under the hoop, doesn't get the fall on that. It's a good look for Rosello. Man from Winnipeg. Here is Boschner. Boschner got it stripped by Louis, and Keaton McCachran into the game for the first time, retrieves the ball. Keaton McCachran, a Chilliwack, British Columbia native. Louis, 7 to shoot for Canada. Odza from the elbow. That's short. And Maton Baron has the ball. Here is Yevnitsky. Boschner. Ran Barbie. Tal Dagan. Shot clock at 9. Dagan long with the 2 and collected by Brandon Louis. Brandon Louis now with rebound number 3 to go with his 8 points and 4 assists. Here he is on the ball and elbows a free throw line shot, has a smile on his face as Hamza Kasim will come in for Israel alongside Eli Yari. Yevnitsky and Ran Barbie head to the bench. Dagan. Hamza Kasim. Hamza Kasim along the baseline, goes for the shot, that's short, rebounded by Rosello. First rebound for Bernard Rosello, still looking for his first field goal in this contest. He's had 1 attempt already in this third. Gives it up to Louis. Over the halfway point of the third, Chowdhury collects under the basket. A risky pass, and it finds Odza just. Shot clock is winding down for Louis. Got to put it up, and he'll put it in. With 3/10 of a second before the shot clock was going to expire, he puts in a 2. And he gets the steal, Brandon Louis. And he puts it in. Great anticipation of where that was going to go. Brandon Louis has 12.
Defense!
49-18 to Canada. Hamza Kassim. And Yari helps him out as Hamza Kassim was in a bit of trouble. 6 to shoot for Israel. Tal Dagan on the ball. Dagan still has it. Here is Yari in space. That'll be a shot clock violation. That won't count. If he got the ball just a fraction quicker, that would have counted. As Broden Nagel comes in for Canada and Bernard Rosello heads to the bench. There is Bernard Rosello. Beach blonde warrior, Bernard Rosello. Here is Odza. Odza in and out with his 2, and it's collected by Israel. Here is Yari. Yari now looking, well, was looking for Hamza Kassim, but his back is turned to him. Needs someone to support. There is Boschner. Boschner dumps it off to Gunn. Good defense from Odza. Can't get the shot to fall though. Odza. Odza slowly driving to the baseline, finds Louis, loses the ball, gets it back, and Israel will have it. And a foul called on Brandon Louis. Only Louis' first foul of the day. And another foul called on the floor. 2:44 remaining here in this third period. Tal Dagan will get us restarted. Dagan a 3, and that's no good. Dagan, who had 8 points last time these two teams met in the group phase, had 4 assists as well. Louis dumps it off, great pass right down the middle, and the foul. There's Nassif Chowdhury, the beneficiary. Nassif Chowdhury, who had a double-double of 18 points, 10 boards against Israel in the group phase. And right now he has 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And there was an infringement in the free throw attempt. Connected by Canada, so Israel will get the ball back. Canada shooting 54% from the field, a really good quarter for them, a really good defensive shutdown. They have held Israel scoreless here so far. Boschner looking to change that. An 11-0 run from Canada with 2:12 remaining in the third. And the 2 is good from Eli Yari. I'm not a dealer in superstition, but Yari with the first field goal of the third period for Israel. Odza on the ball. Odza now driving to the cup, and he'll go to the line. In fact, he will not go to the line, as the shot happened before the foul happened before the shot. So Canada have the ball. No more fouls to give, though, for Israel as Louis strings a 2. And here come Canada on the ball. Dagan inside, Yari goes to the hoop. .120 remaining here in this third period. Here is Nagel going to the basket and puts it in. 1:01 to play. Canada 55-22 to the good. Odds are, and a whistle has gone. And now Israel in the penalty, so Ibrahim Odza will head to the line. 19 points, 7 assists for the 15-year-old here today, and he's been outstanding in this contest. He's been outstanding throughout this entire tournament. Certainly one of these tournament's bright stars as he makes the first. And Odza gets the friendly roll for the second one as well. And Canada racing away now from Israel, and looking good money to finish 9th. There's obviously still another quarter of play to go, and never say never in the world of sports, no matter what is the situation. Many calling for Ibrahim Odza to be in the tournament all-star team. Hey, that's a good shout. Certainly earned his spot. He's earned his stripes here in Brazil. Really intelligent young man at just 15 years of age. It's incredible that he is just that age compared to the players that have been participating here in these World Championships. Average age of around 20 years of age between all 12 teams. As Odza makes the second foul shot. Hamza Kasim. Here is Tal Dagan. Each team will probably get a possession each to end this third period. Tal Dagan at the elbow, and he puts it in. Tal Dagan with a beautiful shot from the elbow. He has his first field goal in his 8th attempt, final seconds of the third. Odza dancing with Yali, gets past him, sweeps it to Louis. Louis with 1 on the clock, and the ball is loose, and that'll do it for the third period. And Canada lead Israel 58-24. After 3 quarters of play, Ibrahim Odza with 22 points, 7 assists. Brandon Louis with 14 and 6. But Israel have played well in this contest. The shots have not been falling, granted, but they have fought hard. They've played stoic defense and are really taking it to Canada. Only shooting 27% from the floor. Eli Yali has 8, along with 6 rebounds. As we get set to start the 4th period, we already have our first confirmed placements here in these Under-23 World Championships. South Africa getting 11th spot, and Thailand, without a win in these World Championships, will settle for 12th. South Africa for the 2nd time beating Thailand, and this time in the 11th and 12th placement game. This is the 9th and 10th placement crossover contest. Right now, Canada, good money to finish in 9th, and leaving Israel in 10th. There are the Israel fans. No matter what, they have been amazing spectators here in Brazil, who have enjoyed themselves thoroughly. There's a huge Israeli community here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and the majority of them have come along here to the Paralympico Sports Hall to cheer on their fellow countrymen as we get set to start the fourth period, and Israel will get the first possession of the contest. Tal Dagan. Yari. Yari goes for the shot, buries it. Jelowitz. Louis. Inside, and the finish from Nagel. Nagel has 10 points, 5 of 6 from the field for Broden Nagel in this contest. You can give him 7 rebounds for good measure. And Yali now out on the fast break. Good dispossession there from Wilton. And Tuchfeld into the game for the first time. Ishai Tuchfeld. Dagan throws it up, and Nagel with his 8th rebound. Louis. Rosello was cutting to the basket, but he was dispossessed by Boschner. Louis goes it alone, though. Ishai Tuchfeld. Here is Yari. Yari, great pass there from Dagan. And the finish wanting there from Noam Ben Hamo, who goes to the ground. And Canada have numbers here. Jelowicz with the ball. Dumps it off. Louis under the basket. He'll get it to go, and a foul. Noam Ben Hamo still on the deck at the other end. Brandon Louis, 16 points for Brandon Louis. 4 Canada players in double figures in this contest. And the free throw rattles in. Canada 7 of 10 from the foul line in this contest. 22 of their 65 points have come off 16 Israel turnovers in this contest as well. That tells the tale of the tape as Dagan strings a 2. Louis now gliding down Main Street, comes back out, met by Tuchfeld. Jelowitz, 8 to shoot. Great receiving there from Nagel, and he gets the shot. (67-28). Yari. And a whistle has gone. And the foul on Broden Nagel. He wanted a backcourt violation on Eli Yari, but instead Nagel with his 2nd foul of this game. 7:06 to play here in this one, the 9th and 10th crossover game. Canada up comfortably at the moment, but Israel have had their spells, have had spurts. Boschner misses the 2. Jelowitz. Wilton. Louis. Louis with 10 to shoot. Louis doesn't get the 2 to fall. Here is Yari. Dagan. Yari again on the catch and shoot. And that's short, and the ball will roll out of bounds, and Canada will get the ball back. Israel 26% from the field in this contest. 1 for 3 from downtown. They've been smart with their shot selection of Israel after a slow start. Just execution and that final product letting them down. Rosello inside, Nagel heavily marked. And a foul on the floor has been called, and Israel with their 13th foul in this fourth. Nagel thinking about it, and it's long and received by Tuchfeld. Boschner intercepted, Canada come up with it, another steal, inside it goes, it's no good. Rosello with the rebound. Rosello now doesn't get the answer, but yet another offensive rebound for Canada. In quick succession. Only three offensive boards in this contest for the Canadians, as Hamza Kasim will check in favor of Ishai Tuchfeld. And a deserved applause there for Ishai Tuchfeld as he comes out from both the Israel fans and the locals here in Sao Paulo. Ben Hamo on the ball, doesn't get the shot to fall. Halfway point here in the fourth period. Nagel doesn't get that to fall. Hamza Kasim, the rebound. Hamza Kasim with only his first rebound of the contest, still hasn't scored as well. 0 of 5 from the field. DeGun short with the 3, and Louis will let that ball roll out of bounds. And a timeout has been called by Coach Nadell with 5:02 remaining here in this contest. Of course, we mentioned South Africa securing 11th spot against Thailand over on court number 2 earlier on. 5:02 remaining in this one, and then at 3 o'clock it'll be the crossover for 5 and 8 as Italy take on Japan. And then at 5:15 the second crossover game will see the United States take on the host nation Brazil, and then our semi-finals tip off at 3:30 as Germany take on Australia. And then at 5:45, it'll be Great Britain against Turkey. All of those games on the IWBF YouTube channel, and all of these games tipping off local time. So check your local listings to see what time the game you want to watch is on, whether you want to watch all of them, and we hope it is all of them because they are going to be exciting games. As you see the Israel fans just getting a bit of refreshment and waving, there you go, waving to our cameraman. They've enjoyed their time here in Sao Paulo. Of course, many of them live here in Sao Paulo. There's a heavy Israeli community in this fantastic city. Jelowitz, Mazzy Keep, for the shoot. Simon Mazzy Keep misses everything with that shot. Tal DeGun on the ball. Boschner. Boschner lets fly. Doesn't get that to fall. It's collected by Jelowitz and welcomed by Nagel. And a foul called at mid-court. And that foul is on Eli Yari. And that is his third foul of this contest. Jelowitz. Sweeps it wide to Ward. Jeff Ward all alone, buries a 2. Jeff Ward with his first field goal. Now 1 of 4 from the field for Jeff Ward. Degan, Yari. Hamza Kasim cutting to the basket, and Yari doesn't need him. Jelowitz. Nagel collects. Off balance. And a bit contorted there with his body control. And that'll go out of bounds, and Canada will reclaim it. 3:17 remaining. Canada leading by 39, their biggest lead of the game. As Rand Barbie will prepare to check in for Israel. And Natan Boschner will head to the bench. Jelowitz. Milton. Ty Milton puts up a 2 and gets it to go. All the time in the world. Took one dribble, there you see it, and just let it fly. All net. And at the other end, Ben Hummo with the air ball. 2:50 to play, and Canada looking set to finish in 9th spot here at these under-23 World Championships. Israel will settle for 10th. Ty Milton from downtown with the exclamation point. Yari. And Canada making some noise from the bench. Ben Hummels grazes the rim with the 2, and Milton will let that go out of bounds. Canada's first 3-pointer of this contest through Ty Milton. Nagel. Milton again. Jelowitz all alone. Short. And collected by Ward. Jelowitz. Here is Milton. Was thinking about it, instead goes for the smart option with Nagel, but he can't get it to fall. Yari now on the ball for Canada. Final minute incoming here in this crossover 9th to 10th game. Barbie short with the 2. Rebounded Jelowitz. And a foul called. 1:13 to play. And Dylan Cannon will come in. And Ty Milton's game is done. Great performance from him. 7 points for Ty Milton in this contest. In fact, as Muzzy Keat puts it up and doesn't get the friendly roll. Just to confirm, that basket from Ty Milton was actually a 2-pointer. My apologies. It was registered as a 2. So he missed out on what I believe was his first career 3-pointer. But still, it was a long 2 for Ty Milton, and Israel missed their last shot. Canada will now see out this game. Jelowitz doesn't get the 2 to fall. Yari with the rebound. Final 25 seconds incoming. Yari. Here is Degan. Degan, that will be a 3, and he'll put it in. Well, if you're going out, you go out on a high. Tal Degan from downtown. Great moment for him. Something for the Israel fans to cheer about. They have been absolutely wonderful. Final seconds, and we have our first 4 confirmed positions. South Africa will finish 12th, will finish 11th, Thailand 12th. Canada here will claim 9th spot, and Israel will finish in 10th, 73-33. Congratulations to both teams on performing brilliantly here in Brazil. They have been absolutely marvelous to watch, but Canada will get the victory here today. Ibrahim Odza, 22.7 assists, leading the way. Brandon Louis had 19 to support him, chuck in 7 assists for good measure. Tal Dagan with 7 points for Israel. Eli Yali led the way with 12. But it's ended here. Canada 73, Israel 33. Canada will claim 9th spot. Israel will claim 10th. I've been John Hobbs. Goodbye for now.